Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, March 6th in Exeter, New Hampshire. So the 80s have come alive again with news about Michael Jackson, with which we won't talk about, R. Kelly, which is something I don't know about, and Captain Marvel, which is something I don't care about. But Tyler Perry has released another film about an old lady running around doing something ridiculous, which is a film I'd still prefer to see over Captain Marvel. And after his 270th film about some old lady running around doing something ridiculous, you can imagine many news groups were not interested in asking him anything about his redundant film. Tyler Perry was quoted in a recent interview with someone he found on the street saying, quote, "I still can't believe I'm able to make more and more of these movies. I guess there is a growing audience, or just the same people showing up to see it. Either way, I'm off to the bank," unquote. Actor, filmmaker, martial artist, and inventor of the telephone, Chuck Norris has turned 79 this week. Or as he would say, 79 has turned him this week. The aging martial artist was interviewed recently, and the interviewer was quoted in saying, "I don't know what hit me, but I'm lucky to be alive," unquote. There is no other interviewer desperate enough to go out and ask him about his age. When Chuck Norris said, "Get off my lawn," even the grass left. Weird. And on a final note, we don't have a guest for this week, which is usually something that would result in me crying in the corner and wondering if it's all worth it. It isn't. But it is the early late night live show, everyone. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and we're an entertainment talk show, and I'm running out of things to say, so let's roll the opening credits. We're back on the air right now. Okay. We do apologize if I'm a little mistimed right now. It's because we just adjusted a few things, and I forgot my earpiece. I usually keep them in my bag, my walkie-talkie in my bag, and I said, you know what? I will take it out. It's not a big deal. I will take care of it later. It is a big deal because I completely forgot to bring my earpiece and my walkie-talkie, so they got a screen out here so I can know when we're actually on the air. But anyways, it's the early late night live show, everyone. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We're an entertainment talk show here in Channel 98 in Exeter, New Hampshire, and we're going to be being replayed and re-aired on a bunch of channels actually in New Hampshire. And we're going to be announcing those channels soon on our Facebook page and the dates of when they're being aired. But a couple television stations have picked us up, which is really cool. It's really exciting that we're actually starting to spread the good word, or whatever words it is that we're saying on this show. Yeah. All right, but anyway, sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister, KJ.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. And Mitch Fortier, you're here.
Fortunately.
Yes, fortunately. Fortunately. And, of course, Adam West is here. He's checking out the sign right there. How you doing, Adam West?
Nice new sign.
We're still evolving the set and everything, and we weren't able to have our backdrop like we usually do, so for a little bit echoing here, we apologize. The set is still constantly evolving. And yes, Bobby Trickett, who's glaring at me saying, "When are you going to introduce me?" The man behind the machine whose face we cannot show due to contractual issues. Bobby Trickett, how you doing?
Thank you. Great.
You doing great?
Excellent.
Excellent or great? Which one?
To be here. It's great.
Great. Okay, all right. Well, we don't have a guest for this week, which is okay because we actually have a lot of stuff to talk about in the news, and we have a new game, which Mitch is not looking forward to. Which we talked about.
Which you can participate in.
Which you can participate in, yes. We are going to be doing a game called 6 Degrees From, which usually it's 6 Degrees From Kevin Bacon. But we're going to be picking actors. Mitch is going to be picking actors. So it's going to be 6 degrees from 2 actors, all right?
But it may not be exactly 6 degrees,
right,
but it's like connect the two.
So we're going to say, like, Mel Gibson and, Roger Moore, connect them somehow or other, which means Mel Gibson starred in a movie with one person who starred in a movie with another person.
Well, just do it.
Who starred in a movie, not right now. It's a new segment right now, all right? So, and then we're going to connect it. We want you, our audience, to actually participate in this, if that's possible. Yeah. And the man behind the machine, Bobby Trickett, is actually going to have the computer up and ready so he can tell us how it actually got connected if we can't figure out if we're actually stumped. But anyways, let's move on with the news.
You don't get stumped, Terry.
I don't get stumped. Yeah, no.
I just forget half the titles and names.
Which is sort of, what I'm going to say is we can't do that. If you can't
No, we can't. If you can't remember the name.
Or the year the film came out.
The year the film came out?
Well, if you can't do one or the other.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, that makes sense.
I remember the year some films came out, yeah. Yeah, not all the films.
Even I remember some films.
Right. What year did Living Daylights come out, Arnie?
I don't know.
1987.
Oh, okay, I was 2 years off.
Yeah.
What year did Wrath of Khan come out there?
I don't know.
1982.
I would have said 80s.
Yes.
So
so
that's it.
10-year time
Good.
stretch.
The
80s.
hairstyles gave that one
Yeah.
away, didn't it?
Oh, a quick shout out. Tao Lu is in the Facebook Live room. Hello, Tao. How are you doing? Long time no see. We got to have her on set sometime.
Yeah, we got to have her on the show sometime.
We do it. Yeah, Tao, we got to have Tao on the set. She came to one stunt training we did years ago. And we keep trying to work together, and we keep missing each other because she's working on something. And you see her all the time at acting class.
Yeah, yeah. I actually got to play with her once in a scene. It was fun. Yeah.
Act with her in a scene.
I got to act with her in a scene.
Okay,
It was,
all right.
It was anyway, moving on.
Yes.
So as you mentioned, Chuck Norris is 79 this week.
Yes.
Barbara Feldon from Get Smart is 86.
Which is funny.
It's
why is that
hilarious.
funny that she's 86?
Because Maxwell Smart was aged in 86.
Yes, so that's funny. Right, yes.
Right,
What
yeah.
was her number? And then she was only
99.
You know way
Just,
too-
yeah.
you're just-
I'm just constantly amazed by the details that you guys pull out of your hats. Right? I mean, just, well, good for you.
Yeah, you know, I went out to eat with an actor friend of ours, Ken Neiman, once, and this is when me and him just were first becoming buddies. We were both going out for a motorcycle ride back when I had a motorcycle. And so I was asking him what he did, and he explained all these things that he did, engineering and all this stuff. He plays guitar. He, you know, are you working on your microphone or something like that?
Something like that.
He plays guitar. He does all these other things. And he said, "Well, what do you do?" And I'm thinking, I make funny faces in front of a camera. That's like the extent, and I know a lot about movies. That is the extent of all my knowledge. What do you got for news, though, Arnie?
Well, Michael Caine's also 86 this week.
Oh, okay.
Thought that was worth it.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's it.
That's all I got. No, no.
What do we got at the box offices for this week?
So number 1 is How to Train Your Dragon, which is in its second week and still holding number 1. Number 2 is Tyler Perry and the Real Family Funeral. And number 3 is Alita Battle Angel.
All right, which is funny because it's actually starting to get up more Alita back up some.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of some interest, and the reviews on it are actually really good. So
Really? Okay. All right. Adam Griswold is in the Facebook Live room. Hello, Adam Griswold. He's got his film coming. Lights, Camera, Terror.
yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah.
I actually saw a picture of him on a Nashville Film Festival from 2015. It's no longer a film festival anymore, but I was just looking around and found these random pictures.
Yeah, he could give you a lesson on how to actually get films into film festival because his Space People has made quite the rounds going to film festival. So does a couple of films that you've been a part of too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he must have won something because they looked like they were posing for pictures and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Curious if you
your
did.
film is going to the Boston International Film Festival.
I have
this
2
year,
films
right?
going there.
You do,
Yeah,
too?
that I worked
Okay.
on last year.
All right,
Meet the
so-
Author,
Right.
and then A
Oh.
Blood Throne.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
I forgot you.
Oh,
were
you were
working
in
on
Blood
that.
Throne.
I was.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He was the unfortunate doctor.
I was the unfortunate doctor,
I
yeah.
can't-
With an unfortunate family, and yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of goes to. Anyway, I can't say that word on air.
All because of pig
What was that, Bobby?
I don't know if there's a link. You can drop.
Oh yeah,
To
there's a
Blood
trailer
Throne?
for Blood Throne. That new trailer just got released, which looks.
I'll send you the trailer.
But
and
yeah,
we
which
will drop it.
looks- Yeah, which we'll drop. We'll talk about that in a bit, which looks awesome. We actually got to have Pierre on the show. They have
Yeah,
a
we
new
do.
trailer for it, which just looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
I was going to bring it up in local news, so. we'll
Yeah,
never
yeah.
have it.
So yeah, leave it beyond the
Okay.
news. He's going to bring it up in local news.
All right, I thought he.
All right,
I thought he
we have a
made it.
man.
I didn't
behind a
actually,
computer.
I
but
forgot.
no, the link I don't have, so you might want to actually just send that to him. That'd be
Okay.
fine.
All right, we have a man behind. We have multiple people on computers to just say, "Hey, find this trailer." Like this is what we have for, so we don't have to be on our phone doing this.
Pretty specialized.
Search Blood Throne on Facebook. You're good to go.
No,
It's not as easy as your job.
No, it's not
Yeah.
as easy. Hey, my job is not easy, all right? I'll have you know. You have to know which camera to look at, and I keep looking at myself on the screen, not the camera. Like, you getting distracted.
Narcissist.
I
It was
have
like, I look so good.
Yeah. It's the parakeet in him. Look, Amir, another parakeet.
What was that? What was that? Finding Nemo, where the one fish was like looking around and she kept talking to her own reflection. And then-
Dory?
Yeah,
Was it
Dory.
Dory?
No, it was like another fish. And then when the bowl got there, he said, "I can't find my sister anywhere."
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, there was some sad news. Luke Perry, the actor from I think it was Beverly Hills 90210, he passed away unexpectedly this week. He
He's
had
like
a
51 or something.
52 and a massive
okay.
stroke.
Stroke.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was also in that new show Riverdale, which is like the retelling of Archie's from a really dark, twisted
Which
point
is
of
like,
view.
okay, that is just looks so dumb. Like, I'm just, all right?
I haven't seen it.
All right, do you remember the Archie comics?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a comic you read when you go into the bathroom. That's like the book that you have when you're going, when you're going
Needlessly graphic. But
Yeah, I haven't seen a
essentially
comic in like forever, and newspapers is where I always saw comics.
Yeah.
And
Good
I haven't owned a
old-fashioned family
newspaper or
fun,
picked
you
one up.
know?
Or,
Yeah. All right. Bobby, you know of the Archie comics, right?
I don't.
Really?
No.
You never heard of Archie comics at all?
No.
He was probably too cool for Archie comics. Archie comics are really square.
No, I mean, you know. I
Comics in general. I mean,
Yeah.
he probably hasn't even seen a newspaper. He's so
I-
young.
I mean, one time I went
I
to a
was not even sure they
cafe and
exist
I
still.
sat down and had the newspaper in front of me. I said, and just
Yeah,
opened
like-
it, you know?
Now, were you
Like you would?
I was like, I wanted to be the guy who was reading a newspaper while having a cup of coffee, okay? Except I never found the articles interesting. And you can never hold the newspaper comfortably. Like, you never hold it in the way everyone seems to hold it. You have to, like, well, where the hell's the rest of the paper? And they're like, I only wanted to read the comics. And it's like, I was clearly reading the comics.
And then you go to get a sip of coffee, and the whole paper falls
Yeah,
apart.
exactly,
Right.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not a very practical way to
It's not-
read a
It's
newspaper
very, very hard.
or drink coffee.
Yeah.
There's not enough pictures sometimes, you know?
Definitely not enough pictures. The Wall Street Journal. I almost fell asleep driving down the road because I saw an ad for the Wall Street Journal. That's how boring it looked. All right, I mean, that's how bad, you know, it looks. Anyway, I wrote one book, and it had more pictures than it had words. That should tell you the type of book that I wrote.
What grade was this?
I was 29. All right. No, seriously, we were talking about a book that I'm hoping to publish soon, and we were saying, well, Artie's like, what do you call the writers? Did you have to take a look at it?
Beta readers.
Beta readers, beta readers. And I mentioned all these people. She goes, those type of people don't read books.
Well, I mean, like, they don't
Right,
read for, like,
right.
a
They don't
lot
read.
of
I said,
fun.
well, I didn't write this book for people who read. I write this book for people who don't read. And you go, oh, that's quite a good idea. All right.
Okay.
That's actually my thing. Terry Traynor, the guy who writes books for people who don't want to read. Moving on.
Okay. So, Steven Spielberg has come out. As you know, Netflix won 4 Academy Awards for its movie Roma.
Yes.
And Steven
Well, I
Spielberg.
didn't know that, but I'm just
well,
saying
they
yes,
did,
right, yes.
which is a big coup for Netflix. And Steven Spielberg has come out saying that he's part of the Academy, that they should change the rules so that, because essentially he believes Netflix movies should be rated as TV movies, which are ineligible. The rule right now is, if to be eligible for an Academy Award, you have to have your movie played in a theater in LA.
Was Roma played in a theater in LA? Well, then what's wrong with that then?
Well, he didn't like it.
Because his primary platform was Netflix and not
Yes.
theaters.
Well, I hate to say this. Most movies at a certain point, the primary platform is a DVD. So,
Or,
I mean,
or not theaters.
right, and let's be
Right.
honest, most of the movies that go into the Academy Award, how many theaters are these movies actually in?
Doesn't matter. No one's going to see them anyway.
That's my point. A lot of these movies are not really they're not really mainstream because nobody friggin' watches them.
Yeah, the ones that we're talking about on this list are more or less anomalies. And
Right.
I mean, there's hundreds of films out there that are
Oh, sure.
hitting theaters in for very short periods of time and
Right.
making all their money in syndication.
Right. Most of my monologue around the Oscar time was talking about how these are films nobody actually sees, and it's true. I mean, Chris Rock hosted one of the Oscars one year, and he went around and was just interviewing people in movie theaters, and he was asking them, listing off what movies that were in the Oscars. No one had seen any of these movies. They all
Well,
had
this
seen
one-
White
this
Check,
year was
which was a really funny movie. Did you see that, Bobby?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Great movie.
I love that movie. That's an awesome movie.
Anyway.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I remember it being funny, but
That
I don't
is
know
a
about
very
awesome.
funny
But
movie,
I'm
yeah.
gonna give you. I'll let you have your, your moment.
I'm with you, Terry, on that one.
Thank you,
Just
Bobby.
just that one.
So,
Yeah,
my thing is, I'm okay with them having this thing that it has to be in theaters. I think that's
Yeah,
you have to have
okay.
Some kind of a-
qualifications.
yeah.
You know, I get that, but to me, it's like if it's a big movie, who cares who produced it? If it's quality enough to win the prize, then it should just win the prize.
All right.
you know?
Well, anyways, though, we have to actually get going. We've got to cut to a break. This news segment went really fast. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we come back. Coming up is a little clip from our film, now available on Amazon Prime, with a new poster. Not that guy. We're very proud of the new poster that we worked on for that. So we will be right back. We'll be playing a game when we come back and have a little bit more news. It's the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Channel 98 and our Facebook page, the Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. We'll be right back, folks.
From New Hampshire, and he has a car.
Well, I don't think he's gonna let me borrow it for 4.5, 5-hour trip.
Oh,
so.
come on, Nate. Really? I think you can figure something out.
Touche. Me. Hey, Jackie! Hey, whoa! Oh my Lord, did you see that down there? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's your respirator right there. You can see it right there. The pod switches are hanging off. Okay, here's the thing. The net on it, it's broken. Okay, so that's really gonna like running stuff, get up into your garburator. And your garburator is gonna just like, you know, stop everything dead in your motor. Right in the middle of the highway, it'll happen. Best thing to do, take it to a mechanic. You know what? Forget it. Give me the keys, and then I'll take it to my mechanic. That's the best way to do this, because he'll do a really nice job, and he'll do it for free, because he does the same thing for my bike, you know, because you have to really change them all every so often here. So you know what? No, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, okay? Why don't you go inside, have a donut, you know? I know you have to be at work about 9 on Monday. I'll be back by 8. It's a 3-hour trip. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it, okay?
And you're back, and we're here. It's the Early Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on our Facebook page, Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. So, hey, what we suggest is that if you are watching this on TV, you can go and watch it on our Facebook page, and then you can like it and comment. And if you comment on Facebook, we will be able to actually interact with you during the show. We're also on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel, which we're still developing. We're still working on a lot of stuff that's going on with that. But we go into other channels soon, Wolfboro and Concord, possibly Manchester. We're really excited about that. The show is starting to spread. But it's now time for 6 degrees from someone. More or less. 6 degrees more or less from someone to someone else. So, Mitch Fortier, I'm not going to ask you a question because you seem quite horrified at this idea.
Oh man, if I had a memory, then I would be dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you actors, and you guys are gonna try and connect them somehow through their films, right? So
yes. Who wants to go up? Who wants to go first?
I think you should go first. I'm terrible at this. I forget half the names.
You know what? You guys can. We'll do this. I'll give up the names, and somebody can basically buzz in as they think that they've got it, and whoever gets the most points at the end, kind of a thing.
Got it. All right. So whoever thinks they got it, punch the person sitting next to them.
Hold on. You got a new person sitting next to you now. Hey, can you be our guest?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Who you got?
Let's go with Alan Alda.
Alan Alda.
And geez, I'm gonna somebody that you Mandy Patinkin.
I don't even know who Mandy Patinkin is. Have you got this one on?
Who is it? Say it again.
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
Wasn't he in
Who's the first one?
Alan Alda.
Princess Bride?
Yes.
Yes! He was in Princess Bride.
Who do you play in Princess Bride? Swordman?
Yeah, oh my God.
The main guy or
Diego Montero. Or,
okay. All right.
Diego guy, yeah.
Okay. All right, hang on a second. Do you think you have this one?
I'm getting there.
Mandy
The
Patinkin
yeah.
and Alan Alda. Do you think you have this one? All right.
No, not yet. I'm still working on it.
Okay. All right. Well, let me work on it. I think I may have this. Okay. So Princess Bride it had Mandy Patinkin in it. Also had Billy Crystal in it. All right. Billy Crystal. This is a rough one. Good one. That's a good one. All right. Billy Crystal was in City.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. Go ahead.
Billy Crystal was in America's Sweethearts with Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Who played with Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory.
Yes.
Who played in What Women Want with Alan Alda.
Boom. Okay. All right.
Wow.
So,
Very nice.
I literally feel like I'm on IMDb's website.
All right, Bobby Trickett, what is the official connection?
I couldn't find it.
It didn't, it didn't come up in that search engine?
No,
that,
it
Didn't come up.
Interesting.
If you're just tuning in, we're playing 6 degrees more or less from one actor to another. Mitch Fortier doesn't want to play the game, so he's just going to be picking the actors, and me and Arnie have to pick. We have to decide who is actually connected. So Mike Ebbett's in the Facebook Live room. Hello, Mike Ebbett. How are you doing? So 6 degrees from Mitch Fortier. Give us 2 other actors. One to Arnie.
Okay.
No. I mean, one to you. You got one.
Yeah,
okay. Thanks.
Point for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson. Okay.
And I like Charlize Theron, so I'm going to use that again.
Okay, Charles Bronson and Charlize Theron. Okay. All right. Let me think about this.
Was he in Cannonball Run?
No, he wasn't.
The Great Escape, just saying.
He was in The Great Escape,
Yeah.
right? Which starred Richard Attenborough, who was in Jurassic Park with let me think, Sam Neill, all right, who played in Sam Neill, okay, who played in The Hunt for Red October with Alec Baldwin, okay. Alec Baldwin, I'm working on this, all right. Actually, okay, with Alec Baldwin, actually, no, okay. Hunt for Red October with Alec Baldwin, actually with Sean Connery, who played with Harrison Ford. Who am I connecting with? Charlie Theron. All right, Harrison Ford. All right, played in. Oh my goodness, this is a connection. All right, Charlie Theron played with Mark Wahlberg in The Italian Job. Played with Mel Gibson in Expendables 3, who also who also had Harrison Ford in it. All right.
All right. Can you repeat that?
Okay. All right. Charlie Theron played with Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In The Italian Job.
Right.
Mark Wahlberg played with, let's say, Mel Gibson. Okay. In Grown Ups 2, who played in Expendables 3 with Harrison Ford. All right. I'm connecting him with Charles Bronson, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just lost it up. Charles Bronson played. Okay. Harrison Ford played. Oh, damn it. I just had this. It was with Richard Attenborough and Sam Neill, who played. Okay, damn it. I just had this. All right. Okay, all right. All right. No, hang on a second. I'm going to get this. All right. I just had it. I just forgot what it was. So who am I, Mitch? Seriously?
Well, we can actually revive it.
Huh?
I mean, we could actually rewind. Can we rewind?
No, we can't rewind that.
Run it back. Run that
Okay,
back.
but the other person, we could try it another way.
We tried another way. I want to get a point.
Because David McCullough played in The Great Escape.
Yes.
And that's where he lost his wife to Charles Bronson.
Yes. All right. Yeah, we're not going to do like how bad relationships.
No, I'm just saying, but David McCullough, has had a long film history career. Maybe you can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. All right. Charles Bronson played in The Great Escape with Richard Attenborough, who played in Jurassic Park with Sam Neill, who played with Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery, who played in The Last Crusade with Harrison Ford, who played in Expendables 3 with Mel Gibson, who played with Mark Wahlberg in Grown Ups 2, who played with Charlie Theron in the Italian Job. Yes. One exhausting point for me.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's 1-1.
All right, real quick. So you want
Wow.
to see? So the Oracle of Bacon is an app that actually comes up with different results, depending on when you search.
Yeah, because they'll use like very small bit players too in films as well, right?
They can do that.
Yeah, like Gary Chalk. I've never even heard of him.
Right. Even Gary Chalk doesn't know who he is. Yeah.
But you got Charlie
Go ask
Theron
him.
in
You don't know
Trapped.
What?
Charlie Theron in Trapped
Okay.
with Gary Chalk. Gary Chalk in The Seawolf with Charles Bronson.
Cool.
So they made, so
Two movies
way
I've never
quicker.
seen.
right.
Yeah.
But you got there. That's
But
the
you
important
I
thing.
got there.
Hey,
You
there's
got
no
there.
pictures on the scorecard.
It was like
There's just
9
points.
degrees. So, yeah.
So we're 1 and
Good
1.
Run away.
thing.
We'll let Bobby
So-
Trickett pick 2 actors then.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. Calm down.
Oh, let's see. And Pierce Brosnan.
Scarlett Johansson and Pierce Brosnan. You want this one right?
It'll take me a second.
Okay. All right.
You're done.
You're done. All right.
Because I'm thinking James Bond is how we get there. I'm just trying to figure how.
Okay.
Avengers.
Avengers, obviously.
Yeah.
So Pierce Brosnan and Scarlett Johansson. This should be a fairly simple one.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I can't believe you're not getting this.
I sense some
Again,
sarcasm.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Really, Bobby. All right.
The Oracle of Bacon
I
came
got
up
it,
with another
actually.
name I didn't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
very close to getting this, actually. All right.
Yeah, so close.
Yeah, so close. Hang on a second. Pierce Brosnan starred in Shatter with Gerard Butler. All right. Gerard Butler played with Jennifer Aniston in Bounty, I think it was called Bounty Hunters. Jennifer Aniston. All right. I'm working on this. All right.
He's got it. I can see it working.
I got it. All right.
She played with Adam Sandler.
She played with Adam Sandler, yes. All right, that's where I was going with that. And then I sort of lost it with Adam Sandler. I know Mitch is thinking, like, this should be a real easy one. They like all play within the same movie. Do you have any idea? Scarlett Johansson played with let me see, with everyone in. All right.
I keep thinking Judi Dench is the connection.
Well, no, okay, and a second. All right. You think Judi Dench is the connection?
Yeah.
If I gave you Ed Harris as a connection.
Ed Harris is Pierce Brosnan. Ed Harris is Scarlett Johansson.
No, I'm giving you a connection. He's in.
Wait a second.
Somewhere in the connection.
All right.
Would you like to use Lifeline?
No.
Ask the audience.
You can do this, Terry. Damn it, they're in the same generation.
I know. Do you have this one?
No, I don't.
Okay. I want you to do it.
I want you to do it.
Okay. All right.
Somebody do it.
Mike Kehoe says hello. Mike, we're trying to connect Scarlett Johansson with Pierce Brosnan. All right. Don't use the computer. See if you can come up with it. If you think you have the answer. Okay. All right. Right now. All right. Scarlett Johansson. This should be really easy. Starred with Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Don John. Joseph Gordon-Levitt played in
Batman movie.
played in The Dark Knight Rises. All right. Which had Christian Bale. Okay. Gary Oldman. Played in everything. Gary Oldman. I feel like Gerard Butler is the key right now. That's what I'm just thinking about. But Pierce Brosnan. This is feeling really stupid. Pierce Brosnan played in Die Another Day with Halle Berry. Okay, that should be a pretty easy connection right there. But it's not. All right, because I don't know why it's not an easy connection. Halle Berry. Okay, I give up.
You could have had it.
Nice. We got him.
You could have had it.
I could have had it. I don't know.
You.
I don't know why. Let's see. All right.
So, you know the movie Quest for Camelot? So you had Gary Oldman and Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Yeah. I had Scarlett Johansson to the Avengers. Clark Gregg, Spinning Man, Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's at least.
That Clark Gregg. That other guy who doesn't even know his own name.
All right, let's do one more, see if we can get it. We don't want to end it
one
sour
more.
note.
So we're 1 and 0.
Really? So yeah. So
Yeah.
John Wayne and Chris Pine. Let's see how quickly and who's buzzing in first.
John Wayne and
Chris
Chris Pine.
Pine.
We have an obsession with Chris Pine too, so this should be.
This should be simple.
We have an obsession with John Wayne as well.
Yeah, this should be simple.
Right. All right. You don't simply just connect Chris Pine with anybody. All right.
As much as you make, no.
All right. So Chris Pine starred in Star Trek that starred Leonard Nimoy. Okay, who was also in that as well.
Leonard Nimoy was in Star Trek with Ricardo Montalban.
Right.
He played with Roddy McDowall in Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Roddy McDowall played with Maureen O'Hara in How Green Was My Valley. Maureen O'Hara played with John Wayne
In The Quiet Man.
Yep.
And McClintock.
See? There you go.
That was really weak.
Therein lies why we're playing this game.
Yeah.
John Wayne and Chris Pine.
Yep.
Yeah. Like John Wayne. What do you have?
Chris Pine, Quantum Quest, and Archer. Cancel My Reservation. John Wayne.
That's right, he did, yeah.
Cancel Reservation. All right.
That
Anyway.
was a good movie with Bob Hope.
That was a good movie. Yeah. John Wayne was in there.
I don't remember John Wayne in that.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, all right, folks, we're gonna be right back. When we come back, that was painful.
Yeah, Terry's gonna rest his brain after that.
I feel really like embarrassed right now.
You could have gotten the Chris Pine one.
I
just got
Chris
the,
Pine.
you got
Yeah,
the
no.
trick credit.
What's that show? Stump the Schwab, or whatever. The Schwab, the sports guy.
Well,
can
we
talk
got
about sports,
to,
but-
stump the schmuck. That's what we should call this.
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stump the schmuck. All right, folks. It's the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. This is our first time playing a game, and it went horribly well for me. All right, we had 1-1, and Arnie won this round.
Oh, yeah. Wow,
yes.
that's good.
All right.
That was
Congratulations. Yeah.
unexpected.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Mitch. Whatever. Okay.
I got a half a point.
Got a half point. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to be right back. We have a little clip from our available now on Amazon Prime, The American Traveler. We'll hopefully film a couple more of these this week, but check it out. American Traveler. We'll be right back.
We look cool, don't we? Two badass guys in a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, oh, gone.
All credibility. Oh God, we just lost it. Out the window, man.
Well, the basic idea was going to go from the State House to Lubec, Maine on 1 tank of gas.
7-hour journey.
7-hour journey. 7 hours to the end of the world.
We'll be driving from Concord, New Hampshire to Lubec, Maine, which is the easternmost part of the United States. So essentially, as far as any American is concerned, it's the end of the world.
We're turning onto Ireland Drive. Now, if you don't know this about, I don't know why we're turning onto Ireland Drive. $5, we missed our turn.
We started this epic journey. 40 minutes in, we haven't even left Concord yet.
That was pretty bad. Oh, yeah. No, that's Two-Face.
Still got
5 hours. Don't mind me.
And does this place exist?
I gotta Google animals with cameras.
That's really weird.
Morning, sweetheart. Oh, hey, yeah.
You know, we're still figuring out this stuff right now.
That's
all
different.
right, we're still going through this. Like we're saying, what would be a closer connection to all this? So, Bobby, what do you think? I think this was a good game to play.
I think it was.
Yeah, do you think it was a good game to play? I think it was.
Yeah, I'm glad we stumped you. I'm really glad.
You know what?
I am shocked,
I'm
actually.
Super glad. I'm just kidding.
Sarah's not gonna sleep at night.
I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. But no, this is we were trying to figure out some sort of game. This is a good game.
Yeah.
To
We used to play this all the time as
We did
kids.
used to play that. All right, kids. I know you're playing on your phones right
No,
now,
do
but
we
it's
have-
trailer
I'm
trash
looking at
time.
the trailers.
I was trying to, and me too,
Dad,
actually, because
Teddy.
I'm not even sure I watched them.
Okay, all right. Well, we get a shot of them both. Like, look, this is what I'm looking at right now. We got like everyone just
Drop the
looking
phone,
at
drop
their.
the phone, drop the phone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like a parent at the dinner table.
Huh?
A parent at the dinner table.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, folks. What is our first trailer for Trailer Trash? Our favorite segment of the show.
It would be Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Nice.
Trailer 2.
Oh, that's right.
Is that trailer 2?
We should be playing trailer 2 because we already reviewed trailer 1.
We did?
In Chester, yeah, roll trailer for the Pikachu. We did. We reviewed it. I'm pretty sure we did. Anyways, Pikachu, play it.
Oh.
We got the trailer, right? Please tell me we have the trailer. We have the trailer, right? I hope we have the trailer. There we go. Oh my God, he's adorable. God, he's so cute.
He's my favorite color.
I know. Yellow?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, we are reviewing trailer 2.
Yes. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Pikachu.
Okay, so Pikachu is directed by Rob Letterman, and it stars Ryan Reynolds, Suki Waterhouse, Bill Nighy.
Bill Nye.
Nye, thank you. Not the science guy, the other one.
Right.
And Justice Smith. And it is about, in a world where people collect Pokemon to do battle, a boy comes across an intelligent talking Pikachu who seeks to be a detective. It's rated PG.
PG? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's actually really good because it is a kid's game. But they're not really kids now as playing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be anything out
It looks very funny.
more than that.
And now, I
does
know
look funny, actually.
nothing about Pokemon. When I mean I know nothing about Pokemon, I mean my information about Pokemon is I think he's a Pokemon character. That's the extent of my information
Pikachu,
about
the main character?
Yeah, I think
you
he's
think
a
he's
right. I think he's a Pokemon character. That's
It's
what
a
I'm
yellow
thinking.
thing with a tail. It looks
Yeah, I didn't
very
give it away at
similar
all.
to-
Huh?
That didn't give it away.
That didn't give it away. Now, this, I saw the first trailer for this, and I thought that looked hilarious. I see the second trailer for this. I think that looks hilarious. Now, I don't know how Pokemon people are going to get mad and say they're not doing this, not doing that. I don't really know if Ryan Reynolds is like a Pikachu character. So like, Pikachu! Like, I don't know if like, Pika, Pika. I don't know if like that's a really Ryan, I don't know when they're designing this character. They said, yeah, we wanted Ryan Reynolds to do the voice of this. It looks so funny, though. I really want to see this movie. It looks like a blast. So, I think we know my rating on this already. But Bobby, what are your thoughts about this trailer?
I'm with you. 2 thumbs up.
This is the second time you've agreed with me, Bobby. I'm not used to this.
I know. I don't like it.
All right.
2 thumbs way up.
2 thumbs up. You already, what are you, a guest? What are you already doing the rating for? What's wrong with you?
You know how this game is played.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
was misled because you said you already know what my rating is.
Yeah, you did.
But I didn't tell you what my rating was. It was like saying, okay, it doesn't matter. Moving on. All right, Mitch, your thoughts on this trailer?
So I never really got into Pokemon, but I was around in gaming when the story came out. So I'm not going to have any of those.
Opinions?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. At least as far as the lore is concerned. But it looks pretty funny. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I watched the trailer. I thought he sounded pretty Ryan Reynolds-y.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, definitely.
But a little dialed back too, because it's PG. So I think.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be pretty funny. It just looked like it was. The trailer's good, in my opinion. So.
I love the animation with the Pikachu in it.
He's so cute.
He's so cute and funny.
He's just
yeah,
so
yeah, I know. Like he really is really.
I don't know if I'd go to the theater to see it though, unless I had somebody who wanted to go.
I'll go.
Yeah, but me, Bobby, we'll go. We'll be three grown men going to see.
We'll go play some,
and Arnie, right?
Go play some video
There'll
games.
be a lot more grown men going.
It'll be a lot. Yeah, it probably will. But yeah, because Pokemon's kind of old at this point.
No, it's revitalized.
But I mean, it's 90s, so I mean, some people it was in the 90s, I think it came out, right?
Yeah. I mean, Game Boy, I had that.
To give you an idea, 1997 was almost 23 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's why
No,
Marvel's like a throwback.
No, that's what I mean. This is like ridiculous. So like Pokemon is, I mean, they're adults with kids at this point in time who, you know, played Pokemon as kids growing up. So I think there probably will be a bunch of, you know, I'm hoping.
I think there's a great market for it, absolutely.
Especially Ryan Reynolds. And I'm surprised it's only PG.
Actually, I am too. I thought it was going to go PG-13.
At least, yeah. So I'm actually impressed and kind of glad that they did that too.
Yeah.
All right. Cameron Broad is in the Facebook Live room. Hello, Cameron Broad. How are you doing?
What do you think of Detective?
Yeah, what do you think of Detective Pikachu trailer? Let us know. Don't watch it right now, though. All right. All right, Arnie, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I just said, gosh darn cute. I really
So I think we all kind of know the rating. This is 2 thumbs up for me, easily, because I like the first trailer. It looked like so much fun. Arnie, your rating?
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Mitch, your rating?
1 up and 1 sideways, because I'm not sure I'm going to the theater to see it.
Okay.
It's not a dead ringer for
okay.
for a theater
all right.
visit. Yeah.
So, all right. Let's move on to the next trailer. Arnie, let's roll the next trailer.
Okay, so the next trailer is The Highwaymen.
The one I didn't watch.
You didn't watch that trailer?
You can watch it now.
I got confused.
By John Lee, it's directed by John Lee Hancock. It stars Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. And it is about a pair of police officers come out of retirement to catch the infamous outlaws Bonnie and Clyde. It's put out by Netflix, but it will have a limited run in theaters.
Okay, so it's going to be able to be at the Oscars, Steven Spielberg.
Take that.
Now, Bobby Trickett, this is based on a true story, so automatically you like this film.
I'm so excited for this.
All right. What is your thoughts on the trailer, though, in all honesty? Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it's pretty intense. I like it. I think it'll be like pretty, like a thriller the entire time.
Yeah.
Not like a thriller, but like I'm excited.
I'm excited for a couple reasons, and I can't wait to actually make a comment about this. But Mitch, what are your thoughts on this trailer, which you haven't seen?
So I'm watching it now, fortunately. But the historical aspect of it, taking criminals and flipping it and looking at from the perspective of the law,
right,
is kind of interesting. And it's got the unsinkable Molly Brown, I forget her name, from the Titanic, the woman who plays Molly Brown.
Kathy Bates?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's in it as well, so I love her. But
whatever she's in, I like.
Yeah,
I like Kathy Bates
and
too.
Woody Harrelson. I mean, I'm a fan of those guys, so I would totally go see this.
I love how the movie looks. I think it has a really good cinematography look. It looks like a classic movie. Yeah, which
he
I
was
will
on
say.
horses with guns, which was really fun.
Yeah, I will say is Netflix has been shooting things very classic looking. Not a lot of shaking camera, whatnot. These movies don't look like they can stand the test of time by their visuals. Arnie, your thoughts on this?
Okay, so when I first heard about this movie, they said, we're flipping the script on Bonnie and Clyde. And I thought, thank God, they're bad guys. We should really be talking about the good guys, not the bad guys.
Yeah.
So I was already excited. And then when I saw the film, and it was like, oh, it's like 2 old guys with really big guns. I'm like, I am so in. So in.
We see. Mike Keogh says, I like the way the movie looks. 2 great actors and probably more. Yes, this is how I feel about it, the same way as you. Bonnie and Clyde are murderers. I'm sick of them people trying to make them look like it's a romantic story of some sort. I'm sure they had somewhere. They were murderers, though. I mean, and I'm glad for this thing, they're showing these people are murderers. They weren't good people. They were bad people. Let's stop trying to make them look like, oh, they were just misunderstood people executing people. Like, okay, I mean, I was so glad. I thought this was going to be like, oh, we're going to show how evil actually the cops were in this situation. No, I'm sort of on board with how they handled this situation. What, 300 rounds or whatever. I mean, thank you for finally telling this story. It looks badass. It looks classic style, action movie. It looks gritty.
It has a great line in it, like when Woody Harrelson's beating up that guy. The guy says, well, around here, Clyde is king. He said, well, Clyde may be king, but I'm a Texas Ranger. That line's just dumb enough to work.
This looks like if Louis L'Amour wrote about Bonnie and Clyde, This is what it would be. Louis L'Amour is a famous Western writer, for those of you who don't know. This is another weird
He wrote,
thing.
connection to John Wayne. One, he wrote Hondo.
Yes, he wrote Hondo, yes. All right. So we talk about, we want to make this show sort of like, we want to make the early late night live show sort of about just like ordinary films. But we pay way too much attention to TV and movies. Like we're gonna talk about, we were talking about Archie earlier, Riverdale.
Right.
I used to listen to the Archie radio show, which was out in like the 40s.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, right, anyways, but yes, we'll go through the ratings on this. Bobby, what's your ratings for this trailer?
1.5.
Thumb and a half, why? I thought you would get a 2 thumbs.
I was really excited about it, and you make a good point, but I can't give 2 thumbs up.
Why?
Because I gave 2 thumbs up for the other movie, and that just wouldn't be.
He used up all his thumbs up.
Yeah.
Used up all my thumbs, right. 3 thumbs up max per show. Mitch?
2 thumbs up. I want to see this thing on the big screen. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay, so this is the type of movie that, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope it comes to theater near here, because I would love to go see this. I think this would be an event to go see this movie, you know. Even though we kind of know how it ends. All right, Arnie. You know.
That's probably why I'm going to give it like 2 thumbs way up.
2 thumbs way up. So yeah, yes, and me, I'm going to give. Why are we showing? Okay, there we go. I was wondering why the camera angle was in the way it was. 2 thumbs way up, because this just looks really, really awesome. You know, this really looks really badass.
I just love the way they flip the story. It's not about the criminals. It's about catching the criminals.
I don't believe you should be glorifying villains.
And this seems to be a trend that's kind of happening recently.
Yeah, because they're coming out with another Maleficent movie, like, you know, the bad guy from Sleeping Beauty with Angelina Jolie. They're coming out with a sequel to that. I'm like, really, why? Like,
well, it's like, to me, like, I've always said this thing, I don't like horror movies and I don't like slash films. I said, you know, there should never be a sequel to a horror movie, because the main character in the horror movie should have died at the end of the first one, you know?
Yeah, they can't do that, right?
Right, and like, I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I don't like stories where the villain gets away in the end. I mean, like, that just doesn't work for me. Like, you know, I don't like that. And it's like, no, I don't want that. I mean, stories are supposed to uplift you. You know, I mean, make you feel good when you.
So you're not a Friday the 13th fan.
I'm not a Friday the 13th fan. No, I am not a Friday. We did a special on horror films. It's like me and Arnie have not seen like any of them. You know, this was pretty bad.
If it was made after like 1952, we probably haven't seen it.
I mean, you're a big fan of like the old horror movies too.
Yeah.
Like
Abbott and Costello
meets the Mummy, which
I love that movie.
That's an awesome movie. Bob, you ever seen Abbott and Costello?
Like what?
I've watched some. Yeah, I've watched it actually.
Yeah.
Because of my dad.
Yeah. Well, your dad's a big old movie buff too.
Yeah.
So, and your dad had a very small part in our film Chance.
He did.
We'll hopefully be releasing soon. Yeah. You guys had there was a big bar fight we did in Chance, and Bobby and his dad came in to be extras in the background during the bar fight. And you hit him for real at one point in time.
Yeah.
Right?
Oops. I was really getting into the movie.
And your dad's like an 8th degree black belt or something like 7th.
So really shame on him.
Yeah,
right. That's kind of how we treat it. It's like, well, you should have blocked it. You know, you got beat up by your kid, Bobby. Paul, I would say. I'm not gonna say it because he can kick my ass totally, but that's.
Let me make sure I invite him to watch.
That's a good idea. Yeah. That was. But there's a shot in the background of our film Chance at the end of the bar fight where your dad tried to sweep you down, like do a leg sweep on you, and it's very much in the background. And it took me about 4 times watching, even though I edited the movie, to see. And you both like fell to the floor, which was like the hilarious thing in the background. You watch the end of the bar fight, look in the back corner, you're going to see Bobby and Paul Trickett just like fall down as they both try to do a move that I'm pretty sure the stunt guys didn't tell you to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they get.
That's what they get. All right. Anyways, it's finishing up our trailer trash segment. Check out the films. All right. Bobby's dad is awesome. Donna says Bobby's dad is awesome. He's a great guy. Paul, if you're listening to this, I do love you. You're an awesome man. I'll be back at the dojo sometime soon. But anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Channel 98, Extra Channel, and an Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. And when we come back, we're going to have some local news and information for you artists out there who are looking to expand your world. We will be right back.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. What I meant to ask is, can I exchange some money for your nickel?
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you. I'm sorry. I just don't want to go to the desk.
No. Let me see what that, Oh, you get 2 dimes for a nickel?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no worries. Have a good one.
Wait a minute. 2 dimes for 1 nickel?
Yeah. It's like $1. It's 4 quarters and $1. It just sounds.
Right, but I think it's 2 nickels for 1 dime.
No. Let me show you what I mean. Give me 4 quarters.
4 quarters? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
Yeah, see, I mean, oh, you're right. I did.
Right, you see what I'm saying? Okay.
I owe you a nickel.
Oh yeah, perfect. And I'll give you your 2 pennies back.
Yes. Have a good one, sir.
No, wait. I still only have 2 nickels. How did that work?
Because you gave me a Canadian dime.
A Canadian dime?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's American.
No. See, the head's a little different on this? It's Canadian.
I guess he does have kind of a receding hairline.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just keep whatever we have.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You just watched a clip from our film, The Man Who Wasn't Tex McGrew, which is available now on Amazon Prime. We'll hopefully drop the link down below. Oh, they already did. They're good. Quick shout out to Douglas Balakovich, who was in the Facebook Live room. And this has been a really fun show. I will say this has been one of the most fun episodes we have. Usually, nice. I love having guests on the show, but it is fun just to kind of just spend the show hanging out with you guys and shooting the breeze. All right. Just so, Mitch, you probably talked more. Mitch and Bobby probably talked more in this one show than you guys have in the combined other shows.
Well, we don't have a guest to take up all the air. I mean,
All right. So, what do we have in local news?
We got some stuff. The search is always interesting. I'm going to start off by that, by saying that.
Yeah. Okay. So I assigned a tricky task to you. I said do local entertainment industry news and like stuff for people to latch on to.
And it's not like New Hampshire and Boston are the meccas of entertainment.
No, Portland, Maine gets more stuff than
I'm like, should I can I come up with auditions for coming up in some local theaters and things like that?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Theater. I mean, we can start doing some of that too. Actually, there's a nice little newsletter I think I'll share with some people that I'm a part of that gives you pretty much everything going on in New Hampshire.
And we post this to the Facebook group, so you guys can have this information, all links and stuff like that he talks about.
Yeah, so I follow up with a post, and I'll have to follow up with that newsletter that I mentioned. Salem Film Fest, this is actually Massachusetts, is a documentary film festival, which was kind of an interesting thing, and I've never heard of it before. So looking into it, it's on March 22nd to the 29th in Salem, Massachusetts. It's their 10th year. The tickets are not cheap. They're like $80 for the weekend, but you do get the whole weekend. I get, which is assuming is Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. But
right,
you can see. Can't convince me to watch documentaries for free on Netflix.
So if you're not into documentaries, then $80 not your show.
Right.
Yeah,
to spend who wants to spend a weekend like I like documentaries, all right. But who wants to spend a whole weekend being depressed? Let's be honest. The very few documentaries and everything was wonderful. Well,
I don't know that they are all depressing though. Some of them are places you've never seen before, or you see things that people are doing and might be up to. Not necessarily depressing or all that, but
No, but with the old
starving children in South Africa or anything
about
like that.
How horrible World War I was.
Or
my dad has a type.
Right, or building the Erie Canal or whatever it was. Like every time Dad would sit us down and watch, it's like, this is just sad, Dad. A bunch of people got killed from this disease. Are we gonna get this disease? Is that why you're showing it, Dad? So, anyways, yes, Mitch.
So some people do like documentaries.
But I just said I like documentaries. They're heavy at times.
They can be, absolutely. So it was interesting because I'd never heard of it, and the reason being, they only accept documentaries.
Oh, okay.
So,
right.
That's really cool. It's cool to know that there's like enough work that they could support a whole weekend.
Well, maybe not. I can't imagine $80. They may not have many. That's
and so film festivals also curate their films. So they'll actually go to places and find films at other film festivals and ask them to submit and come to their festival.
Oh, wow.
So festivals are not just a passive entity that people submit to. They will actually go out and actively look for films to invite. So they're probably doing a lot of that, traveling around the world. I mean, I'd love to be a documentary film curator and going out and searching films. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Don't look at me, Arnie. They never asked us for our movies. Just move on.
They will. We got the dinner party now.
This place actually might, because they pair their films with beer.
Oh. Right. Not that guy goes very good with beer and pizza. It's definitely.
It gets better and better the more beer you drink.
Yes, the more beer and pizza you eat is always better to watch Not That Guy and Tex McGrew.
Yeah, so you need to find the drunken curators and, and show them your films.
I think your film is awesome. You should totally similar to the thing I'm doing.
Do you have any popcorn or chips or peanuts?
What?
We need to get some food in his stomach.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Where is this drunken
That's
film
okay.
festival?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called Draft Fest. They're in their 3rd year. It's actually, the venues are Derry, Londonderry, Manchester, a couple of different places, might be even one in Concord, but greater Derry area. Derry area?
Derry area.
That sounded funny coming out of my mouth, yeah. Sunday, March 31st through April 6th. Those tickets are only $18 and up for, I think, a session or a day.
Or a pint.
They pair their, like I said, they literally pair their films or their sessions with beers from local breweries. Like one of my favorites is the Great North. I think they have 603 is a sponsor, but I'm not sure if they've got a beer section, if you will.
Okay, so I'm not a beer guy. I have been a beer guy. So there's a lot of different types of beers. I was just hanging out with a couple people right before the show at the wine cellar restaurant. I don't drink wine either. I don't drink any alcohol either. And they're talking about all these different types of wines, you know, and I hear about wines being paired with certain meals, and like beers, I'm assuming, can be paired with certain meals as well.
Yeah, they could be, but it's not general practice that I'm aware of.
Right, okay. And so, how would you pair that with a movie? Like, this movie really stinks, so you want a high alcohol content beer like this.
I think it might be more genre-based, honestly. If you get maybe sci-fi, you've got some beer that's got a sci-fi name.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Oh, sure,
because
yeah.
they do
You
weird,
get a Viking one, you get like this really hearty ale.
Yeah, they name their beers with weird names. So, I mean, it could be
Drinking
just
out of a
something
horn.
as simple as that.
Yeah.
You get the Golly Wobble, right, down the street?
I do, yeah, from the Sea Dog, which is where we'll be at the end of the show.
Yeah, at the end of the show, yeah, we go to the Sea Dogs. If you want to come and hang out with us afterwards, we're always there after the show. You actually get to see Bobby Crickett's face if you're there. It's not worth it.
So that was that for festivals and most of the news. But I was looking at the Luke Perry thing, and I thought it would be kind of funny to, well, not funny, but so I'm looking at Luke Perry, not funny. But I did hear about, there's a film that he actually worked on that is in post-production in Hollywood right now.
Yep.
It's called, what's it called? Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name, but it's something in Hollywood. And if you can look up the Luke Perry film, that would be awesome.
Yes, Bobby. What is Luke Perry's coming out film?
Stars Brad Pitt and
Luke Perry.
Nope. The guy from Titanic. My brain is just not working right.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All right.
It's about 2 actors who go to Hollywood. One's a look-alike stunt double, and it's old school Hollywood and how to getting into film and things like that. It looks actually kind of interesting, and there are a lot of big names. Pesci, Kurt Russell.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, there were a bunch of names. Obviously, Brad Pitt and
DiCaprio.
And so forth. Yeah, Dakota Fanning. And then, so this is how my brain works, and this is what happens to me on the internet. So I'm looking at Dakota Fanning, and I'm like, oh, she reminds me of Savannah Smiles and the girl that played in Savannah Smiles, but that's not her. She's too young. This was from a really long time ago. So I started looking up Dakota Fanning and Savannah Smiles. Have you ever heard that movie?
No.
Savannah Smiles. So it's about a little girl who gets kidnapped by these 2 guys, and they kind of fall in love with her, and she
reverse Stockholm syndrome in
more
a way.
or less, yeah. She wins over their hearts, and they all feel bad for her and stuff like that kind of situation. And it's the first movie that I can ever remember crying.
Wow.
Almost like legitimately
that's a big deal
watching.
for guys, all right? Just so you know. All right?
So I've always had this
it's an
special
embarrassing
place in my heart for
moment,
this
all right?
movie.
Like, I mean, it's like did you look around the room? Like,
I don't know
is
where
anyone
I was.
seeing
I
this?
don't
You know,
remember if I was with anybody, but I remember being viscerally moved by watching this film.
to me, it was Empire Strikes Back because I was a little kid and Han Solo got frozen in carbonite, and that was traumatizing for me. That was too.
legit.
That was
That's
too
legit.
much for my little boy brain to be able to handle.
I love you. I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just like a mask.
I was like screaming, I think. I ran out, and my brother was, I remember my older brother Marcus like having to come for me and say, he's going to come back in the next movie. And I liked Luke's character better now, but at the time, I liked Han Solo's character better than Luke's character. I remember saying, why couldn't it have been Luke? Why couldn't it have frozen him in carbonite?
No luck.
Yes, no luck. Anyway.
So that led me to trying to find out who the girl was that played in Savannah Smiles, and her name is Bridget Anderson, and she lived only to be like 23 years old, and with an accidental alcohol and heroin overdose, which was kind of sad to learn about. I mean, and on a sad note, but that started leading me into, I realized that Pat Morita was in that film as well. I'm like,
Karate Kid,
yeah, and then I was trying to link, and I'm like, Pat Morita, where's he at? And he died a while ago too. So I'm like, I'm gonna stop doing this now because it's just getting depressing.
A sad route, you know.
That's right. Last week I was like, hey, Robert Conrad's still alive.
Well, like, okay, what's the rule of thumb for like news we bring on the show?
No politics, no sports.
And? Yeah, it's like, we bring up this. I said, well, can I make it your mama's joke about it? If we can make it your mama's joke about it, and like, then it's like generally, okay. I mean, besides there's like certain news you have to bring up, like, Luke Perry and stuff like that. It's just that's just good general news. But I shouldn't really be making it your mama's joke about Luke Perry's dying because his mom's probably still alive. Matter of fact, I think I'm meeting with her later, actually. Which, again, you see, it's inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that, you know? So why are you bringing up all this sad stuff, Mitch? Seriously, Mitch?
I'm just telling you how things work when I sit at my computer. I have no control over it. It's just the way
you should
things
get
go.
away from your computer more.
I'm going to have somebody else look up news, and I'm just going to bring it.
Okay, so you first cried at Savannah Smiles. You first cried at Empire Strikes Back. I can't actually remember the first movie I cried at.
We have no soul, though.
No, I remember the first movie that really scared me, and it was actually Wrath of Khan. Because there's a part where they put a little bug in Chekhov's ear.
That's
and it's
horrifying.
Crazy. Yeah, well, I thought it was real. So I remember going upstairs and I asked my dad, is there, an insect like that? And he didn't know which movie we watched, so he asked me to describe it. And I described, well, it was in the sand, and it had like these, I described what it looked like. He says, yeah, I think those are real.
Well,
like,
there's a lot more horrifying insects than that.
Right, but so for years, I grew up thinking that there was a bug that you could pull out of the dirt, put in your ear, and you would go insane.
If you put an ant in my ear, I would go insane.
But I thought it was real. It wasn't until I was like much older when I actually watched the movie again. I thought, oh, wait a minute, this isn't
I can name 3 movies now where they put bugs in your ear. That one, Beastmaster.
Okay.
And Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Making your mama's joke about that.
You have 3 shows. You remember, like, you can't remember names to actors in films, but you can remember when they put bugs in someone's ear.
What can I tell you? Yeah. Well, I just watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy because it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and Beastmaster is also one of my favorite movies of all time. I actually was the Beastmaster.
I wasn't aware that it was
so
common.
Bobby Trickett, what was the first movie that made you cry? You're still.
They put the leeches in the
Titanic.
torture them, and they put this helmet on them, and then.
Hang on a second, guys. What did you say, Bobby?
Titanic.
You cried.
I was like 3.
That's legit.
Maybe not 3, but I was young.
You cried because it was
I was
3
like
hours
3
long, and you couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd say.
No, he's got a heart.
Yeah.
I cried when someone brought up the bloody movie again because I just remember hearing about it over and over again.
I think actually the first movie I legit cried at was.
That didn't new movie. Did you really see that when you were younger? Your parents let you see that?
Sure.
I'm actually a little obsessed with Titanic and the history of it. Been to a couple of museum shows where they actually bring pieces that they've pulled up from the ocean and things of that nature. It's pretty interesting, yeah.
I love the honest trailers for Titanic. You ever watched
the honest trailers?
Honest trailers, yes. This tragic event that spawned many of wonderful true stories comes this fake story about people you don't really care about, who didn't really exist. So, yeah, this has been a fun show. But anyway, we got to start wrapping this show up. We only got like a couple minutes left.
Oh, real quick then, let's talk about the Boston International Film Festival.
Yes.
We have a mutual friend in a movie called The Blood Throne.
Blood Throne with Pierre Rumpf, who's been a guest on the show before. Yep.
And I'm on that as well. I also helped build the set. I mean, those guys and the Xavier brothers, by the way, are phenomenal people, and I've asked them to come on the show.
Oh, good. We would love to have them on the show.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get them in before the festival goes.
I got to meet their mother. She's awesome, too.
The whole family, that whole group of people is just, they're amazing people. People are driving from all over the country to, more or less, help out with that film and get involved. It was very cool. They've also been accepted to another Christian film festival, and so they're doing really well already, and the thing has only just recently been completed. And then I've got another one with Steve Blackwood, who we're going to have here next month as a guest on the show. Meet the author, something that he, I believe he wrote and co-wrote and stars in it with Marty Smith and several other actors. I was a production coordinator and a second AD for that production.
All right. Well, we got to start wrapping up the show, though. But it's great news. Hopefully, you'll find less depressing news when you go on the internet to get to get local news. All right, Bobby Trickett, did you have fun tonight?
Great time, as always.
Good.
Yep.
Showed up 2 weeks in a row, too. Mitch, great having you on the show, as always. It was fun.
Thanks, appreciate it.
That was a
KJ, shut up. All right, you're ending the show. All right. Anyways, folks, want to thank the crew in the back. Want to thank Exeter TV, Channel 98. We'll be announcing the new channels that we'll be playing on and tagging it in for replays. We're going to the Sea Dog after this. And so if you're in the neighborhood in Exeter, New Hampshire, the Sea Dog, come in and say hi, because we'd love to see you guys. If not, oh well. It's your Late Night Live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We'll see you guys next week at 7 o'clock. But I forgot who our guest is for next week because I forget everything. But anyways, folks, we're out of here. We'll talk to you later. Bye.